Good morning, guys. Hope y'all having an awesome day. Boom. My manifestation cup. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. So today, what we're gonna make? I'm gonna make some pepper steak. Okay. I'm gonna make some pepper steak and rice. Okay. Pepper steak and rice. Pepper steak and rice. So you're gonna want to make pepper steak and rice. You get you some beef stew meat, okay? So I'm only making enough for myself, so I'm not making a lot. So it depends on how much you're gonna make. If you're not gonna make a lot, then you don't need a lot of peppers and onions. So depending on how much you make, okay? And if you want to make, sort of the pepper steak and rice, the beef and broccoli, then you get your beef, your onions. Some people still put peppers in theirs, and you get your broccoli. And I'm gonna make rice. So pepper steak and rice, pepper steak and rice, pepper steak and rice. So now we're just gonna chop up the bell peppers. We'll chop up the onions, and I slow cook my beef. And to reassure that the beef is not tough, I do a little bit of lemon juice. Don't do a lot of lemon juice where you're gonna have your food tasting like, lemons. Just a little bit, because what lemon juice does is tenderize the meat and have a nice. So I'm having an awesome Friday. I'm skipping days. Saturday. So girl, get your days right. I might do another pepper. So I be watching a lot of the cooking stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, they be throwing down on a lot of stuff they do. But now that I am really trying to be mindful of the type of food that I eat, I'm trying to stay away from fried food. Like, I try not to sit back and overindulge and stuff like that every now and again. But that's why when y'all see me doing anything, it's always air fry. I always use the air fryer. So that's why y'all see me doing more of that than any type of frying. Now, a lot of time when I want a fish sandwich, I don't do it too often. I notice the fish in the air fryer, it don't give me the crunch like I need. So I'm gonna have to indulge in more recipes, but I've been trying to be mindful. And beef, I don't eat a lot of it, because beef take longer to digest. So I really don't do a lot of beef. So more of the chicken and stuff like that. So I'm really trying to be mindful. I really am. I really am trying to be real mindful. And I appreciate y'all so much. I be taking my little walks and, just conversating with you guys, and, get very nice little compliments and stuff like that. So I truly appreciate that. You guys are really awesome. And I did clean the bell peppers. So if somebody wondering, the bell peppers are already been clean. So too, with your onions, depending on how many onions you want, how much of onions you want in your pepper steak. This is a half an onion, we'll see, and a whole bell pepper. So it's up to you on how you want to do that. The size of your onions. So I hope that I be making these recipes real simple, real easy for you guys to follow. Okay, so now the beef. And for like, if some people don't cook all the time, you know, you just now starting to get in your cooking. Now, like if I got like a rib or something like that, or if I got a pot roast and my roast is frozen or something like that, I might rinse it off. But this meat is not frozen, so I don't do that. You leave it because you can lose the flavor. I was watching a video a long time ago on TikTok, and they had this woman. She was rinsing. No, she put soap on her chicken. And the people came, they're like, what you doing? She said, she cleaning the chicken. I said, oh, wait. I don't know if it was just something they was doing for clickbait or whatever, but she had that chicken soaked up. So I'm just making my pieces smaller. And this is the beef stew meat. So when you go to Walmart or Target or whatever grocery store, Piggly Wiggly, I don't know what state y'all live in, Cub Food, you know, because if different states have different places. So I'm just not having it in bigger chunks. I'm just chopping it up. Next, I'm only cooking for me today. If I was cooking more, then I do more. And you want to cook it. So when I cook this, right, I cook it slow so that it can be nice and tender. I don't cook this fast because I don't like tough meat. And remember I told you I'm going to season it, put a little bit of lemon juice. And we're going to make some rice. And I'm not going to eat it this early, but a lot of times what I like to do, because my day gets so busy with stuff that I got to do, and then to have to take out time to cook, it'd be like, oh my goodness. So I try to pre-cook my food, so when it's time to eat, it'll be ready. I was cooking for my sweetie, and he was like, why do you pre-cook? I said, because if I stand over the stove, you hungry, you study, oh, when the food gonna be done. If you tell me what time you're gonna be here, I pre-cook. So by the time you get here, it's done. And I was like, you notice the food, I keep it warm to be fresh for you. But I don't know. When I was little, my mama used to take very long to cook, and I used to get out of school, and I hated that hungry feeling. So when I cook, I try to get my cooking out of the way. I don't like to have people waiting. Even like when people do the holidays and they go to family members' house and they say they having Thanksgiving, you can show up at their house at 5 p.m. They still cooking. I'm like, dang, how you invite somebody to come to dinner and ain't no food done? So you got all these people hanging out in the house and everybody's freaking hungry. Like, no way. Yes, that's how it be. Like, no, not at all. Yes. So I'm going to finish chopping this up, and then when I get ready to start putting it together and season it, I'll come back. I don't want y'all to sit here and have to watch all of this. But see, too, when you cut it up, you get more than just leaving the big chunks, too. So I'm going to finish cutting this up, and I'll be back. Okay, so now I got all the beef to where I want it, okay. This right here is some lemon juice. Remember I said the lemon juice, come on, open it. It's going to tenderize this. The lemon juice can get it open now. There we go. So we're not going to do a lot of lemon juice, okay? We're going to do Just a little, because what that lemon juice is going to do is going to tenderize that steak, okay? And I put just a little bit of olive cooking oil in the bottom of the pan so that it don't, you know, get a little bit of juice. So got the meat in there. We're going to do some garlic. Okay. We're going to do some all complete. Do a little bit of Lawry's. And this a little bit of lemon pepper also. You know, that lemon, like I said, it tenderizes. You get some beef, and that beef is acting up, you can tenderize it. So I just hit it a little bit. Now, if you was doing the beef and broccoli, of course, when this meat is raw, that the broccoli will not go up in here. The broccoli will not go up in this until your beef is completely done and you done made your gravy. Then you add the broccoli to it. You know, broccoli don't take long to cook. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to let this cook. I'm going to let this cook. And I'm going to turn it down and I'm going to slow cook it, because when it get done, I'm also going to add gravy to this. I'm going to add gravy to it so that it's nice and, you know, got the gravy, and then I'm going to cook some rice. But if you want to make these recipes, this is what you do. So never say you can't cook. Everybody can cook. You just got to put your mind to it, especially if you want to be mindful of, you know, what you're eating and different stuff like that. So this is a real good recipe. So if y'all have a Walmart, you can get that beef stew meat, and depending on how much you're cooking. Some people leave it in them big chunks, but you see, I like to take mine and cut it up into, you know, smaller pieces. Okay. So we're gonna let go get the thing to tighten up my Is the right size? Nope, wrong size. I'm looking for the top. Okay, we're going to put the top on there. Now, there's a lot of people that you want to make gravy, right? You're like, I want to make some gravy. I want to make some gravy. I'm going to put y'all back over here, over here, over here. Okay. So a lot of people like to do some gravy, 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 gravy. Okay, so if you want to make homemade gravy, so the gravy don't go on until that meat and everything is done, and then you put it in at the end result. Okay, so you see, this is some cornstarch. Okay, we're gonna take a little steak seasoning. I've been searching for you. garlic powder. And if you have beef bunion cubes, you can put it in here, okay? Put it in here. I'm not gonna add the water yet, but this is gonna go onto the steak. Once the steak is done, and then I slow cook it more. But when you hear people make gravy, you want to make your own gravy. So you take this cornstarch, depending on how much pepper steak you're making. So cornstarch, and you take your steak seasoning, beef seasoning, onion powder, and you mix it all up, and then you will add water to this, beat it up till it get thickened. And then once your pepper steak is done, you add the gravy to it. The pepper steak is not done, but I just want to show y'all how easy it is to make gravy with the cornstarch. So if you like your gravy, onto your meat. But that can't go on until the meat is actually done. So now we're just going to let the pepper steak do what it do. And then once it get done, I'll come back and I'll show it to y'all. But I hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday. And I really appreciate y'all. It's really chilly outside today, so if I do walk, we got to put on some pants and a jacket. It's like a little chilly. My friend was telling me in Illinois it was like chilly. Yeah, so feel like it's about, remember I walked, it feel like it's like 60. It's Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Good morning, Anne. Right now it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Today expect a high of 72 degrees.
So yeah, right now it's chilly out. Okay, guys, talk to y'all in a little bit. Toodles. Guys, so you see the steak and where is that? And everything. Now we're going to make the gravy. Hold on. So we ready to make the gravy. We're going to take some water and add it. Okay. And remember that steak season and your beef season will make it get the brownness. And cornstarch thicken up pretty good on its own. So what I do to my gravy mix, I did drain some of the juice from the meat and add it to my gravy. So I'm going to stir this up. So when it cooks, the cornstarch is going to thicken up. So let me get y'all back on the other side. Hold on. You see the gravy now? And we're just going to put it over here. And then what I'm going to do is turn it down. Now that the gravy's on there, my meat is done. I'm just going to put the top back on. And I'm going to decrease the heat. Okay? I'm going to decrease the heat. Just let it do what it needs to do. The gravy going to thicken up. Already it's thickening it up. Turn it down. Get a little bit more water because it sucked up every bit of water. So now what I'm going to do is I turned it down and I got it on really slow cooking. So we're just going to allow this to do what it needs to do. My beef is done. We're just going to let the gravy thicken up. Remember, I'm not about to eat this at this point, okay? So, but I like to have my stuff pre-done, and then all I have to do is do my rice. And then today, when I get hungry, so that I have to stop and do all this, I will have beef and broccoli today, okay? Put a little bit more water, because that cornstarch is thickening up real quick. I'm going to show y'all if I add more to it. Come here. See already how thick it is, okay? It's already thick, okay? So it thicken up real quick. That's what cornstarch does. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more water because I want it to slow cook a little bit. So I'll probably let this cook for about another Just adding the gravy. Because I like it. I definitely like it to be nice and tender. So, we're going to turn this all the way down to like 3. Because it's done. But now it's just the gravy and the thickness and, you know, the tenderness. So, when you cooking anything in gravy and you're doing it, it's like the tenderness that it does. Okay. I'm going to have to give my neighbor some of this. It's too much for me. Okay. So now I got that turned all the way down. And that's how you will make your pepper steak. And it's easy to do. Just take your time and kind of do that. So when I get ready to eat it later, when I make the rice, I'll let y'all see and I'll do a taste test. I'll be watching a lot of them videos and they be eating and stuff and they be doing all their videos and I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? But some of them, do y'all ever watch the people from China? And they be eating stuff alive. Like they would literally be having them blue crabs or the mini crabs and they'll go to put it in their mouth and the crab literally be alive and the crab will cramp down on the lady lips and she'll pull it off or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know. I guess people, my granddaughter and her mom, it's a thing where people like to watch people eat. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be a little shame, like to probably like I'll taste, but to literally eat on camera. And then if you notice, now I don't want to say this too loud, and my neighbor be thinking like, do you notice like people from other countries, especially like Vietnamese and Chinese and stuff like that, like when I've ate with my neighbor, like they eat real fast. Like when they put the food down, they go, and they eat real fast. Like, you know, like if you don't eat, somebody gonna take it away, you know. And I know like a lot of kids that their parents probably don't take care of them right and feed them on a certain time schedule, and the kids be really, really hungry. So when you finally put a plate in front of them, they devour it in such a fast speed. My nephew and them used to do that, and I'm like, why do they eat like that? But my sister was lazy. She stay in the bed all fucking day, and when it's breakfast time, those kids is up, they hungry, and she probably ain't getting up till 11 o'clock, and don't allow them. They's probably too little to make themselves something to eat too, but they probably done woke up at 7, so they 7 to 11, and finally you set a bowl of cereal or something and pancakes, they devour it. So my mom told her, start getting your lazy ass up and feeding them kids. You know, you ain't gotta be in the bed all day and them babies be hungry. But when people eat real fast, but I just think in their cultures they just do that. Because when I sat down and ate with her and she just I was like, oh shit. She just, I don't know, maybe that's just a culture thing over there. But I know for me, if your kids is hungry, you taking forever to cook, and they really, really hungry, when you put it in front of them, they'll eat very, very fast. Because my niece and nephew and them used to do that. But my mama like, you lazy. Get your ass up and feed my babies. So, okay then, guys. Pepper steak and rice video today on a Saturday. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll chat with y'all later. And let me know if y'all noticed that. Because that's what I think in the African-American culture. I think that when you haven't fed somebody and they so hungry, they'll tend to eat it real fast because they extremely hungry. Alrighty, guys. Toodles.